Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliana. In front of me I have 5 of Natasha Denona's palette and I'm going to be rearranging them today because I'm quite bored with how they look, the color, the design of the palettes, and I just want to rearrange them. I want to move them around, mix my cool palette with my warm palette, or even if I want, I might end up maybe color coding them. I don't know what I'm going to do eventually. I might possibly make this one a red palette or something because at the moment it's mixed with red and purples and I just don't want to pick it up. I mean, at the moment, the 2 palettes I use the most are my Sunrise palette and my Metropolis palette. But today I'm going to be mixing them all together. So these palettes are actually very easy to kind of pop out. So with the Sunrise palette, they've got holes at the back of them. So all you have to do is pop it out. So you find something sharp and kind of literally just pop it out and it comes off. Okay, and that applies to all the similar palettes in the metal container. And also what I've gone ahead and done is for each of the pans I've written the name of the palette as well as the name of the shade. Metropolis palette is quite different. There is no hole at the back. So what I've done is I'm using like a cuticle kind of remover and I'm going to use it to pop out the shade. So literally you just put it on the side and it pops off. Again, I've written the names of the shades at the back of each of the pans. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to empty out all of the shades, rearrange them into the different pans. So I'm literally just emptying out everything. I'm just going to speed this all up, and when it's all emptied out, then I'll be back and then we can design each of these palettes. All the shades have been popped out of the palettes now. So the first thing I'm going to do is give my palettes a good wipe just to make sure that they are clean and they will still be magnetic. Also, while I was popping them out, a few of the shades kind of like fell on the palettes. Alright, all the shades have been popped out now. So the first thing I'm going to do is to put them into categories like whichever way I think the color story is going to be pleasing to me. As I mentioned earlier, I want at least one of them to be like a red toned palette because I do love reds. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So looking at the shades, you can see that there are a lot of duplicated shades around all of this. So what I'm going to do is put similar shades in 5 different piles. I mean, you'll see what I'm doing anyway. So for example, all the oranges, I'm just going to, okay, let me just move all of this to this side. And I'm going to pop one orange at least in 5 different places. So I don't know which palette is going to be whichever palette, But for now, I'm just going to try and divide them into 5 parts. Okay, now I have 5 oranges, which will go in each of the palettes. Alright, I think the next thing I want to do is add, wherever I have a shimmer orange, I want to put a matte orange. And wherever I have a matte orange, I want to put a shimmery orange. And that's what I'm going to do. So shimmery, orange, bronze, whatever, they're all the same to me. I'm going to put that there. Right, okay. Then next I'm going for the neutral colors. So with these, I think, I would need like a lighter orange to blend out that orange, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. So just looking for colors to be able to blend out whatever shades I've already put aside. I can just go with my pink tone palette. Put that there as well. I think I want my green to go with the yellow here. So that's a green matte, a green shimmer, also that green, the metallic yellow can go in there. Okay, I'm going to start building my red with this one. So put my reds together there. Put that there. And I'm also going to take this over here. I want a brighter color there. I think I'm going to add my blue as well. And that. Okay. This little pile is looking very lonely here. I think this is going to be my bronze brown palette. I feel like that pile is going to be looking too monochromatic. So I want some sort of color to kind of pull it all together. Maybe the silver? Yeah. I think I'm going to go with the silver from my Glam Palettes. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and arrange this one and just see what it looks like, because that's kind of ready, and then I can decide where the rest of the shades will go. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together now. I'll go for a neutral, actually, yeah. Possibly this, just for my inner corner, because that will be good for my inner corner. Down, maybe on a dark look, but I also need something lighter. So I'm gonna go with this one, yeah, to complete this palette. Yeah, I think I'm satisfied with this. Okay, I think I'm gonna build my gold and green palette next, and for that I'm gonna use the bronze palette. I'm just gonna put this all to one side. So just bring that over here. Okay, so that green can go right there, and next to it the gold, and possibly that right there. Plop that green there, over here. Okay, I'm gonna pop this, 2 of this gold, I think. This somewhere here. I'm gonna need a dark shade there. Okay, I'm gonna go with this gold here. Look at this green here. Does this look like? Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. Does this look like? Okay. Okay. I think I might do this one brown. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna use the brown here. Does this look like? Stand down. If I don't like it, I'll take it out. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. I think that palette is complete as well. I think for my red palette, I want to put it in this Glam palette. For whatever reason, I think it will pop and it will make me want to pick it up more. So I'm going to build my red toned shades in this palette. Alright, so this green goes there. I definitely want a mixture with the red. I don't want to get bored. And maybe pop this right here. Looking good already. Now for the red. maybe over there. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, this one is different. This one is like a purple, yeah, purple burgundy kind of shade. So I'll use this one. So far so good. I've only got dark colors, so I need light colors and blending shades. Okay, I'm gonna leave this for now. I'm going to my Metropolis palette. So I am gonna build mostly neutral tones in this one. I'm not sure I want this red here or there. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm gonna have it over here. Okay, I'm going back to this palette now. I'm gonna bring these shades. Alright, so I'm gonna pop this right here. I need lighter shades, don't know, this or this. Gonna go with that. I want another cool tone shade, so I'm gonna pop that right there. I think I'm gonna go for this right there. I think I'm missing a matte to kind of blend these reds. So I'm gonna go for this right here. So now I'm left with just one shade. Okay, maybe one of this bronze. I don't have a bronze in there, so one of these two. Okay, I prefer this one. This one is lighter than this. I'm gonna go with this. Okay, so that's another palette complete, and that's what it looks like. That is beautiful. I would definitely pick that up more. Okay. Okay, these are the shades I'm left with now to put into these two palettes. It's gonna be a tough one as they're not particularly interesting shades, but I've decided that this is definitely going to be a purple toned one. So this will be my neutrals as mentioned earlier. So I'm going to put that right there and possibly next to it. There. This is going to be a tough one. Alright, let me complete the browns and the taupes and all sorts on this side first. Or at least fill it up as much as I can. So I want a silverish kind of color somewhere here, I think. And I think this is the only cool tone silver-like shade I'm left with. Yeah, this. I'm going to put that there. Yeah, that is good. And maybe this purple there or there. There actually. Yeah. So I'm left with 3 shades in this palette. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that. So again, my purple / yellow kind of palette, that's complete as well. So I am left with my neutrals now. So I know all the shades I've got to go here. It's just in what order do I put them in. Okay, I'm going to put my red in there. Yeah. Do I go for a lighter there or not? I'm going to put this here. Yes. And possibly go for this. Yeah. Okay. Shimmer or matte? I think I'm going to go for a matte. No, it's too similar. I'm going to go for a shimmer. Look at this right now, over here. There. No, that will be too similar, so maybe right over there. This here, that there, and finally the orange. So these are all the shades I've put in my Metropolis palette, which is like my neutral toned palette. So now I'm going to put all of them together and see what the differences are. Alright, these are the newly arranged Natasha Denona Palette, the small pans, and I absolutely love what I've created here, especially these two. I think these two are my favorite. I can't choose which one I like better. Possibly this one. If I were to rank it, I'll do, this would be my number 1, my number 2, number 3, my number 4, and finally the neutrals. Let me just quickly go over my thoughts and what inspired the way I've created this palette. So focusing on my number 1, as you can see, it's like tones of green, yellow. This is absolutely gorgeous. So this is like a deviation from our gold palette. So this is what I would have wanted a gold palette to be like. I mean, oh, this is beautiful. So beautiful. Because all these can be my blending out shades, and it goes with any of these. Oh, I am so loving this palette. Alright, going to my second choice. Again, I like the palette I chose to create this palette because it kind of makes it pop the more again as well. This is like your red tone, your pinkish tone mixed with a pop of pops of color. So you have your blue, you know, as a deviation with any of this color. You have your pop of green right there. Oh, this is gorgeous. I love this as well. Ooh, this shade here is absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at that. That with that and that together. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. So this is my number 2 in what I created today. Alright, moving on to my number 3 choice. This is a pinkish slash lilac kind of palette, but I love the fact that I have 2 oranges here. Also, I love the effect the palette is having on this orange. I mean, look at that, a pink tone, red slash red kind of palette with this oranges is really making it pop. Then I also like the choice of pops of color I've put here. So they're like silver, but I mean, this is like a mixed tone kind of palette anyway. It's a mixture of cool tones and warm tones. So I like the way I've kind of pulled it off together. So it's perfectly rounded. I love this palette. I love this palette. I mean, pink is not my first choice of color, but with the way I've mixed it with orange and grey, I'm not going to get bored with it. I mean, look at this color. Look at this here. That's beautiful. And look at this quad here. Oof. Oh my word. Let me just quickly swatch that quad. How gorgeous that quad is. Oh, I'm going to enjoy using all those palettes. So this is my number 3 choice in the palette I've created today. Now let's look at my 4th choice. I mean, looking at this is just fluff from my wipes. This is like a cool toned, I want to say purple palette with pops of green and yellow there. I always like a combination of yellow and green. I mean, I don't tend to use yellow on its own, but yellow and purple, oh yeah, sways me every time. I like the way I've put together this palette. So purple is the main theme in this palette. I mean, going with this, so it's like mainly a purple theme palette anyways, as you can see. But without pops of color, oh, it just makes it beautiful. I mean, look at this quad here. Oh, beautiful. I'm just going to quickly swatch this quad right here. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. This is definitely going to get me to love these shades again and get myself using all this palette. Because I don't tend to use them because it's just a fixed color scheme. So I get bored with it so easily. And I'm loving the fact that, in fact, in this palette, all of the quads are beautiful. I can use them together. Look at this 4, this 4, this 4, this 4. It's beautiful. And lastly, let's go to the brown neutral like palette. So for me, this is a perfect everyday palette. It's a perfect neutral palette, if you like. I mean, it's not just got your browns, your golds and bronze shade. It's got this red in here. Oh, and this too. Oh, So you can really do anything here, as opposed to how the palette was like before, where I had the Glam palette that was all cool tones, browns and silver and everything. I like the way I've mixed them all together now, and that would definitely get me to use this palette more. As neutral as it is, it's beautiful. I mean, look at this here, these 3 shades here. They're perfectly cool tones, but they are beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. And if I wanted to mix it, you know, with a little bit of warmth, I can just add that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So these again are the 5 palettes I've rearranged today. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me and rearranging my palettes. If you have any of these palettes, do the same. Arrange them in such a way that you would want to use your palette again. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye.